Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I have a little bit of everything. It's sort of like a Friday reset. I'll explain later, but basically we're going to be organizing and cooking. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe before you go. So we're starting off by cleaning out my fridge. I mean, deep clean. Like I took every single thing out, scrubbed it down, went through all of the expired stuff. And yes, there was a lot of expired stuff. Anyways, if you're having deja vu and you feel like you've seen this before, it's because you probably have over on Shorts. I actually filmed this a few months ago and I was filming it on my phone and with my good camera so that I could upload it in long format, short format. But needless to say, the long format never made it on my video because as I was filming this, my camera broke, my microphone broke. I think it was just the universe telling me that it was time to upgrade my equipment. So I did order a new camera and you guys will see that footage a little bit later. You'll have to let me know if you can notice a difference. And I'm also using my new mic. So let me know if you notice a difference in like the sound quality as well. So back to the fridge clean out. I did take out every single container because this fridge was due for a deep cleaning. I'd been doing superficial ones, but there is nothing like removing every single thing and really scrubbing it down.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you
It's such a good feeling to put everything back in a clean fridge, knowing that there is not a single expired thing and everything has a home. And for my cheeses, I love using these cheese bags. I think I've shared these with you guys before, but I like them because you can label them and you can put like the date so that you don't have moldy cheese or cheese that's about to expire. And then it also has like a wax coating on the inside, which keeps your cheese fresh for a lot longer. As per usual, my husband had perfect timing and he got all of the produce delivered like right on time, right as I was stocking the fridge. I immediately took everything out of the bags and got them ready for their deep wash. And I have discovered something about myself pretty recently. I do not like plastic bags. As soon as I get something home from whatever store it is, I have to take it out of its bag. And it's not just visually unappealing, although, you know, plastic bags are ugly, but it was like deeper than that. I had to stop and really think about it. And I think it's because a plastic bag or stuff in a plastic bag just signifies an unfinished task. You know, like the item that's inside of the plastic bag is supposed to serve a bigger purpose, and keeping it in there is just adding to my mental load. And I just don't feel at peace. So I know my husband watches my videos. I'm dedicating that last little part to him because I know that he has always wondered why plastic bags drive me insane. And I think I finally got to the bottom of it. Let me know if any of you can relate to my plastic bag aversion. Okay, did not mean to go on such a long rant on the plastic bags. Back to the produce. I did a baking soda soak. So I basically soak the produce in baking soda for 5 to 10 minutes and then I scrub it really good and then I rinse it. The only thing that I use vinegar for these days is berries, and I actually stopped washing my berries ahead of time. I wash the berries the morning after I'm going to use them because my kids are at the point where they will eat an entire little thing of berries in one sitting. So there's no point in washing them ahead of time. And this way they don't get mushy. I feel like they stay firm and fresh a lot longer if you wash them right before you're about to eat them. And I know that the vinegar also helps get rid of any mold. Sebastian loves carrot sticks. Like he will eat them every single day as long as we have them available. So I like to cut those up and store them in fresh water. They stay crisp and fresh a lot longer this way. And then my herbs, my favorite way of storing them is still putting them in water. A lot of times I just keep them right by the stove because I can use them up while I cook that way. But if I'm not going to use them right away, then I like to cover them with a plastic bag and put them in the fridge.
o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here in the middle. Am I one of those crazy people? Should I stay here or should I let go? Will the sheets over my head?
So now we're fast forwarding into the future, or actually I should say we're fast forwarding into the present time. And as you can see, I have moved furniture around because it's what I like to do a few times a year just to freshen up the place. Also, my living room rug is missing because I sent it out to get it cleaned and then the company ruined it and they picked it back up to fix it, and that's where we're at right now. So I'm going through and washing all of the pillow covers and throws, and this detergent right here, you guys, smells so good. Also, this is kind of random, but I was cleaning at the dining table and I figured I'd just show you guys this PR package that I got from Scrub Daddy because it was super fun and my kids thought it was the coolest thing ever. But they got all of these like Disney themed sponges, and the Toy Story one is actually perfect because my kids and I are watching all of the Toy Stories from the very beginning in preparation for the new one that's coming out this summer. And I have been doing so much crying watching those movies. Like, I forgot how sad they are, but like if you watch them as a grown-up with kids, it just hits you in a completely different way. I finally listened to so many of you guys that have suggested that I move this side table to this wall so that it's closer to the dining room, and I absolutely love it. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I think it was because I didn't think it was gonna work with the mirror being there. This is a floor length mirror and I didn't want to have to like go out and buy a brand new mirror for this. Also, it's anchored to the wall, so it would just be a pain in the butt to have to like undo all of that. So I asked my husband if he would move it, and it ended up being perfect. I love it here. I did not have a chance to organize it when we moved it though, so it just kind of started accumulating like all kinds of junk, and it was a hot mess. So I took everything out. I took the opportunity to declutter it, and I also knew that I did not want to store anything other than board games in here. Board games and like family pictures, family albums, I should say. And Elliot decided that he was going to stay and help me organize. I think it's because he caught wind of the fact that I was going to declutter the board games, and I know he wanted to have a say-so in everything. So I did hold all the board games up and I asked him what he wanted to keep and what he wanted to get rid of. Some of our all-time favorite games are Monopoly, and then we like a lot of these little card games. Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza is such a fun game and it's great for small kids. Like, we started playing it when they were like 3 and 4. Also, Guess Who is a classic battleship. We love this game so much. We got the giant card version. Also, Categories is so much fun. Haven't played this one yet. Zingo is a classic, and Spotlight, we ended up donating it because it had too many spooky characters in it, but we are always looking for really good family board games. So if you guys have any favorites, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to pick a few more up for the summertime. Okay, you guys remember that I got the Linux Spice Village set and I had it displayed on the countertop, which was fine. It was really beautiful, but I found this open frame that you can hang up on the wall to display all of them, and it actually holds every single one of them perfectly. And I'm obsessed. It's so beautiful. So if you have also been looking for a way to display your Spice Village, I will link it below. Once all the pillow covers were washed, I went ahead and put the living room back together, and I noticed how bare the living room looks without a rug. It's crazy what a huge difference a rug makes. In case you don't watch my shorts or you're not following me on Instagram, I got the opportunity to go visit the McKinsey Child's headquarters last month, and it was such an incredible experience. I will link the video below sharing my full experience. But while I was there, I got to work with an artisan and I got to paint my own McKinsey Child's mug, and this is it right here. So I had to display it somewhere where I could appreciate it every day, and it just makes like the perfect little vase. So the last thing left to do is to tidy up the back patio. My husband had already kind of like blown it out with his blower, but I wanted to wipe down the surfaces because it is Pizza Friday, which means we are going to fire up the pizza oven. I also got these new planters that I wanted to set up, and I figured this was like the perfect place to put them right next to the sofa. And because I can hardly keep an herb alive, I went ahead and just got fake flowers. They look so realistic though, and they add a nice pop of color. I did end up changing because it was just way too hot out there and I knew it was going to be burning up in the long sleeve. So I'm making sort of like an ice cream cake but with homemade brownies, and to make the brownies I'm using Mamita Mai, which actually you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of Mamita Mai around here because this is my first time ever working with a company in this way, but I am officially an equity partner of Mamita Mai. I'm also a creative advisor for them, which means that I get to work with them behind the scenes. I get to come up with fun and new exciting ways to use their brownie mix. I've had other opportunities like this in the past, but what made me say yes to Mamita Mai was not only the fact that the brownies are absolutely delicious, but I love the people behind the company. I love the fact that Mamita Mai cares about the ingredients that go into the mix. For example, there is no refined sugar in these brownies. It's actually sweetened with date sugar. It also has fiber, it has protein, and they taste amazing, you guys. Like, you would never even be able to tell that these are better for you brownies because it doesn't have that weird chalky aftertaste. The cherry on top for me was that it is also Latina founded. That sealed the deal for me. It checked all the boxes, and I really want you guys to try it. I do have a 10% off discount code that you can use. It's just Liz, and you can go to mamitamai.com and place your order. I will have the link below for you as well. Next, we're going to make a Panzanella salad that's going to pair perfectly with our pizza, and this one we're going to put stone fruit in it. I feel like this is my all-time favorite summer salad. So we're starting off by making the dressing. You just want to let those tomatoes release all of their juices by salting them, and this is going to be the base of our salad dressing. While that's going, we're going to start working on our croutons. So I'm getting some really high-quality extra virgin olive oil, and I'm putting it on medium-low heat. You don't want this to burn. Then I add a garlic clove to flavor the oil. But also we're going to set that garlic clove aside. Do not toss it because we're also going to use that for our dressing. But you want to make sure to fully toast all sides of your bread. You want them to be extra crunchy. And then while they're still warm, you're going to season them so that seasoning sticks to them. Then we go ahead and prep the rest of our ingredients. So I like to use a cherry pitter for the cherries. It just makes them a lot easier to slice, but make sure that you drape the cherry pitter with a towel so that you don't splatter the cherry juice everywhere. Trust me, I learned the hard way, and that's actually why I'm wearing an apron today. And then we're going to slice our peaches. I will say that this salad takes a lot of discipline to make because it's really hard not to eat every ingredient on its own. And then I also sliced some shallots that are going to go in the salad, and then I saved half of it for the dressing. And then I'm going to put that into the juices of the tomatoes that we collected. And then we're going to start forming our dressing with this. So I added my olive oil, my vinegars, mustard, salt, and this dressing is so good. I could literally drink it. I recommend tossing it right before you're about to serve it. That way the croutons don't get super soggy. Although that's part of why I like making these giant croutons, because then they stay crunchy for a lot longer. But we're also topping it with burrata and basil. I have to let you guys in on my secret to the best cheese pizza. This is like restaurant quality. So this is all I use. I use the Rayo's marinara and then these two cheeses from Trader Joe's. There's something about that cheese blend combined with the mozzarella. It is just so good. And then this is the crust that I like. You can make this in an oven if you don't have a pizza oven. I've never made it myself, but I've heard from so many other people that it tastes amazing in the oven. And that was our Pizza Friday night. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe before you go, and don't forget to check out Mamita Mai. I'm going to have the link down below for you guys. And until next time, bye.